Good morning, everyone. Welcome you all again in my YouTube channel. Today we will do some question answer as well as the revision for class 7 students on the chapter Nutrition in Plants. So your final examination is coming on, and that is why I think if I do the question answer revision from this chapter, it will be helpful for you. Acha. So here one by one I will tell you the questions as well as the answer, the discussion on that. Fine. To come to our topic, the first question I have selected what is the meaning of nutrition? It's a very simple thing. Nutrition means this is a mode of taking food that we can utilize. Any living organism can utilize. This is called the nutrition. Okay. Acha. After that, various modes of nutrition, autotroph, heterotroph. Yeah, these two types of nutrition that we know. Autotroph means the plants. The plants are having chlorophyll in their body. They are able to make their own food by the process of photosynthesis. So we can make the category of autotroph with the plants. We are not autotrophs. Only the plants, those who are having green pigment means chlorophyll, they are autotrophs. After that, heterotrophs. Heterotroph means we, human being, any animals, those who are depending on others for taking their food, for taking their nutrition, they are called heterotroph. Then saprotroph. Saprotroph means like fungi, those who can live on dead and decaying matter, they are to be called saprotroph. So saprotroph means they need dead and decaying matter to fulfill their nutrition. Fine. Acha. So another thing is that symbiotic mode or symbiotic relationship. It's a very interesting. Symbiotic means where both the organisms will get equal benefit from each other. That is called symbiotic relationship. Suppose leguminous plant and rhizobium bacteria. So rhizobium bacteria takes shelter in leguminous plant like pea plant. Okay. So here the plant is the host body, right? And who is taking the shelter? The rhizobium bacteria. So what I said, now both the organisms will take the equal benefit. How they will take? See, rhizobium is such a bacteria that can help to absorb the nitrogen directly from the atmosphere. After that, it will mix up into the soil in the form of nitrogenous salt. Okay, then leguminous plant will get that nitrogen from the body of rhizobium. Fine. So this is how the leguminous plant can fulfill the demand of nitrogen in its body, as well as the rhizobium is getting the shelter in that plant. So both the organisms are getting benefit over here. Okay. So this is called the symbiotic relationship. After that, insectivorous plant. So here I have selected this topic. What is insectivorous plant? What is that? Now, peach plant. Think about peach plant. What is that? If any kind of insect will come in contact to this kind of insectivorous plant, then and then the leaves of the plant will be trapped. It will trap that insect, and from its body it will absorb the nitrogen and will fulfill the demand of nitrogen in its body. So you can ask me, ki, ma'am, in that case insectivorous plant doesn't have the chlorophyll in their body. No, they have the chlorophyll. They able to do the photosynthesis, but still inside their body the nitrogen demand is more than the other ordinary plant. So what will happen to fulfill the demand of nitrogen, they need something more that they cannot fulfill through photosynthesis. And that is why they do this kind of activity. From any animal's body, they absorb the nitrogen. And so we say this is insectivorous plant. Okay? Acha. Next thing is that um, why we tell the process photosynthesis. It's very easy and common concept. Ki photo means light and synthesis means to make. Synthesis means to make something, to create something, right? So with the help of sunlight, the plants are able to make their own food. Fine. So that's why we say the process name is called photosynthesis. Fine. Acha. Next is that what kind of benefit we get from here. So definitely we have some benefit from photosynthesis. Without photosynthesis, it is not possible to get the oxygen in the atmosphere, because photosynthesis is responsible to make oxygen and water vapor. That water vapor cools down our atmosphere. So that is why during the summer time, when you stand under the tree, then you feel comfortable, you feel cool. Why? Due to the photosynthesis from stomata. Stomata are tiny pores present on the leaves. Okay, so through stomata the water vapor comes out and we feel cool. Another thing is that the plants are able to do the photosynthesis. That is why we get the carbohydrate or glucose, because on their leaves we know plants make their food which is in the form of glucose. Okay, so when we take the vegetables, so that time that nutrition part, that thing directly will come to our body. So the energy which is trapped by the plant from the sunlight, that energy also we get just because of photosynthesis. So we get nutrition, we get energy, we get oxygen, we get water vapor, lot of things we get as a result of photosynthesis. So definitely you can understand photosynthesis is a blessing for us. Fine. Acha. Next is that make the differences between heterotroph and autotroph. See, the differences of parasite and symbiotic relationship, then the differences between parasite and saprotrophs, then heterotrophs and autotrophs. This kind of differences you have to read for your examination. Any difference point can come. Acha. So in that case, you have to notice the numbers. If the question number is for 3 marks, so minimum 4 points you should write. 4 main point. So in the main point, definitely example will be included at the last point. And before that, you have to write down some special characters regarding that mode of nutrition. Okay. Next is that fungi, how fungi can fulfill the nutrition where fungi grows. These two things you need to learn. So in weight or what I will say, on dead decaying matter, on wet weather portion, in wetland area, there we find the fungi. So fungi absorbs the uh, solution, not only the solution, sorry, you can say fungi absorb the nutrition from dead and decaying matter. So you can ask him, ma'am, if the matter is dead and decaying, so how it will absorb the nutrition? It's a very good question. Yeah, the matter is dead and decaying, but still, on that particular food item or on that particular substance, when fungi grows up, that time it will absorb the solution, the liquid things which is present on the dead. And from that solution or from that liquid, it will fulfill its nutrition procedure. It will fulfill its nutrition demand. and that is why it grows up. Okay. Acha. Another thing is that in which portion or in which area you can find in a wetland area, basically you will find fungi. How they grow up? By using their spore. They have spore. So now the spore will spread into the air and it will come on the wetland area. From there, new fungi you can get. New fungi will develop. Okay. Acha. Next, algae. Algae is also a very important thing. uh, if you see or imagine the body of algae, you can understand the whole body is green in color. That means whole of their body is full of chlorophyll. So they are autotrophs. They are able to make their own food because the whole body is covered with green pigments. Chlorophyll is present, but their body is not divided into leaves, branches, stem, root. So generally whatever the plant we see, there always we find the stem, the root portion, the branches, the leaves. But chlorophyll is different. Sorry, algae is different. Algae is also autotrophs. The mode of nutrition of algae, that is definitely autotrophs. It is able to make its own food, exactly that, because green pigments are present in all over the body of algae, but it is not a developed. The body of algae is not developed. Where we find it? Definitely in pond or wetland area we find algae. Okay. So these much things are sufficient when you are making the revision. Oh, one more important question is that, um, can I say कि rhizobium is a good friend of farmers? Yes, you will write yes. Rhizobium is a good friend of farmers because rhizobium helps to give nitrogen to the plants, and that is why the plant are able to get nitrogen to fulfill their oxygen demand inside their body. So this is how the cultivation procedure will be developed. So farmers, how the farmers will get help? Because of the growth, the proper growth of the plant. If the plants or the vegetables will grow up properly, nicely, and the field or the soil where the rhizobium bacteria is present, so that soil will be full of nitrogen salt. So that means the soil is now fertile. The fertility of the soil is now very good. So there easily the farmer can do any kind of cultivation. This is how rhizobium bacteria can help to the farmers. Okay. So these questions that I discussed with you along with your explanations, you read it from your textbook, and best of luck for your coming examination. Okay, keep watching my channel. Bye everyone.